Is it possible? What's this background noise? Can a dog become a horse? Can the ears see? Can the eyes listen? Can a right-hander become a left-hander? Yes.
Mr. Chidambaram, please unmute your microphone. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes or yes? Yes and yes. It has and it will. How? Through change management. Friends, let's learn today what's change and how to manage change effectively for us to lead organizations better. Where have they all gone? What happened to them? Where have they gone? All these, we've all seen them in front of our eyes. Many of them have vanished. What happened to them? Hey, what's this? What's happening, yaar? What happened to these products and services? Disappeared. They were sidelined, dumped, rejected. Products, cassettes, DVDs, services, customers. And because customers went away, better things came. These two vanished. Employees lost their jobs. Many businesses closed down for they didn't adapt to change. Why did it happen? Nokia and why it came down? Organizations like Konica. How many of you have traveled by Ambassador? I've traveled. My father used to take me to school. When we came to the school, the car would stop. The back doors will open. 1, 2, 3. Children would get down. 4, 5, 6, 6.5. Even kids. We used to take kids from the neighborhood. Then the front door will open. 2 boys will come from the front door. The driver will open the dicky. 2 boys will come from the dicky. And like monkeys, 3 boys will come from the top of the Ambassador car, which had a carrier. A car which could accommodate so many people. What happened to it? Friends, if you are not updated, you're outdated. If you're not changing or adapting to the needs of the customers, they will show you the door. You lose your market share. And customers will no longer be your customers. Let's watch this video.
Every day I want to fly, stay by my side. Every day I want to dream, stay by my side. Every morning I wish I could just play. Wish the mornings would just stay. Every day I want to fly, stay by my side. Every day I want to dream, stay by my side.
Yes, friends. The girl there is not satisfied at all. She's the customer or somebody whom we interact on a daily basis. She's demanding you what you have, what you don't have, what you can give, what you cannot give, and more, what you imagine and what you can't imagine. And if you're not coming, the dog there is a lovely representation, faithful, that represents you and I, offering. But how much ever we give, it's very, very difficult to give them satisfaction, and they will look at other options. That is what, as Arun sir said, we have to look at other patches. Now let's see what's happening. Shift in customer preferences. Pandemic, as was so beautifully so, I don't have to go in detail. There is less money and more expenditure. We have to be cautious in spending. And there is healthy lifestyles everyone prefers. We want to avoid crowd. So we are doing this program here. And we prefer contactless detail. And it all become digital. And everyone is enjoying today, thanks to this wonderful platform. I could interact and I could learn from you too. And we are very, very cautious. Nobody, and people are looking at people at corporates who would offer them something which could address all these things. If you are not offering, then you'll be shown the door. Let's see this video.
Scary? It's Dad!
Yeah. The dad is telling the kid, I thought only your mother did not like my face. You don't like your face. Friends, we've all taken to wearing this mask. Pre-pandemic, during pandemic, post-pandemic. We have different faces, different masks for different people, all of us. We never show our true color or the face. We should show the face which the customer wants. But are we doing that? Many of us aren't. High time we realized who is our boss and show and give what they want and give. Now let's look at this video. Yeah. When most of us were complaining about losing customers, here's a great organization called Nike, offering you apparels and shoes. If you remember, as Arunji said, from April or March of 2020 till July, the whole world was under lockdown. All sports events were banned. Nobody went for a walk or for the gyms, but still it could retain 90% or 90% of its customer base. How was that? Some of you know what was its tagline? Just do it. Maybe a year back, some of you might recollect one colored American by name Lloyd was brutally killed by a police cop. All of us were upset. Can Nike keep quiet? In his Twitter, it mentioned it has changed its tagline. Tagline is something, friends, which most corporates have for a longer period, whereas slogans might vary. It was prepared to modify its tagline. What did it say? Just don't do it. The whole world loved it. As I told you, they embraced Nike because it is addressing the issues. They are not only profit-oriented, they are also people-oriented. This is what is the order of the day. Not only did the people like it, even its major competitor, Adidas, they supported them. This was the word they said. Nothing can stop. We can do together. We will come out. This was the reply given by its fierce competitor, Adidas. So when we are changing our approach, not just with small steps, even the tagline, see, even your competitor is with you. But how did they achieve it? How did they achieve it? They used Ronaldo for one of their ads. And what was he doing? He was lying just like this, lying on the floor. His face was like this, his leg was like this. And with a background, a lovely music, which any youth would enjoy. He kept on doing the workout with his leg going up and down, up and down. And what was he wearing? Yeah, you guessed it. Nike shoes with the logo imprinted. And it went straight into the subconscious mind. And they could, what were they telling you? That we don't have to go out for workout outside. We can do it inside. And what a man of the caliber of Ronaldo doing it. Friends, what they could not achieve in 8 years, they achieved in digital sales and retained a record of 90% of their customer base even today. Let's look at this. Something like another great corporate, how they have served.
I'll check for you. He's just boarded.
Okay, go, go, go.
Mr. Smith, there's a message for you outside.
Friends, if you're passionate and if you love your customers, you change your entire attitude. The entire crew and their staff, they all forgot what they are supposed to do. And they only had to communicate the most important message would any man would like to get. That is become a father. When I became a father, I was not there. I was traveling in Kolhapur. Those days, we never had this. And my father called Mumbai, JC's. There they called the lady who was traveling with me. She was a girl from a place called Nasik. We were traveling in Kolhapur. I got the message. It took, I came after 4 days only. But look at this. No? Here, the change is happening with everybody. You have to involve every layer, not the top, not the bottom. So what a wonderful message we got from this meeting. Yeah, let's see what happens in change. A baby changes to a child to a girl to a woman, and a woman to wife, and ultimately the most blessed ever person in the world. We all are being blessed with our mothers. Baby to mother, what a long way, and what God has done, no? Ultimate, that's motherhood. But friends, do you call it change? No way. It's growth. All growth is change, but all change may not be growth, friends. So if there is a change management, it should ensure growth. Go for it and you will change. Let's see the agenda for growth. First is change, item number 1. Item number 2, a bigger change. Item number 3, do. What do you mean by do? Same thing. No, I have to put a do there. What's the next? Ditto. Ditto means same. Change, friends, is the only way forward. This is what this great organizer has been telling all of us. Change your style. Come to the style. Go for implicit learning. Trainers are learning it. Change is the only way forward, friends. I would even put it as growth and change are twins. If you want to grow, if you want to flourish, change. What do you see here? A caterpillar, some changes, larva, pupa, and butterfly. Incremental changes leads to a greater change, maybe even transformation in some cases. This is what we are talking about. So what happens in change?
बाहर ज्यादा ठंडा है फिर भी मैं छींका नहीं एक भी बार.
Death of old.
ठंडी के कारण छींक का प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है मेरे को. मतलब
Death of
स्वेटर
old.
पहनने से गर्म नहीं लग रहा था. मतलब ठंडी भी है.
What's happening?
स्वेटर पहन के भी गर्म नहीं लग रहा था.
Change
Mr.
is,
Akash, could you?
yes. Friends, change is, as you all know, death of old and birth of what? Something new. What is that? Variation in the existing practice. We are all using to very comfortable doing offline courses. But in online, we have a challenge. So some of us have adapted very well, but there's still more to learn. What do you see here on the screen? A lovely example of change. But some say it's only a story, whether story or reality. Some of you can, I would like to take you back what happens. We will take it finally. Organizations which are in dynamic environments must change to succeed. No other way. It is survival of the fittest. But implement with minimum hassles. If there are more problems, then many would go away. Like what happened to the eagle, no? It's a story or a reality. I leave it to you. Different news we have, but it's of interest. Many of you know. I'll just brief it in 2 sentences. Its lifespan is maybe 70 approximately. But after 40, it becomes old. It cannot fly because the feathers are wing and the beak has been broken. I mean, it's not very sharp enough. So what they say, it goes beyond, flies somewhere and cracks its beak until it becomes very sharp. And it removes its feathers because the feathers are heavy, the wings are heavy. It's not able to fly. So it picks up all, plucks all the feathers, and it's again rejuvenated into youth, and it flies. There's only two options. One is for us to perish or to change. So we can, based on this story or reality, change or perish. This is the watchword for any corporate. And we trainers too. And slowly we are all from this diploma training, we are all learning wonderfully. There are different types of changes. What's happening now? The pandemic, unpredictable. We are victimized. Uncontrollable, friends. I heard just now in the evening, the fourth one variant also has come. What havoc is going to create, we don't know. We are all happy, we are alive and having food to eat and even to talk. Then comes the political change. When a new government takes over, what does it do? It replaces all the policies, and all the projects suggested are shelved. The only thing which continues like changes, the corruption might continue, the price rise might continue. Okay, and social, and coming back to social, the impact which society creates. Go back to the days of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Sati was there. From there, we have come to widow marriage, but still a long way to go for our women folk. So this is one type of change, happen change. We'll next move on to another type of change. What is that? Reactive change. Something happens, we react. The moment we go, but is it a better way? And in a problematic situation, to wriggle out of it, we do something by hodgepodge methods, trial and error. Especially in a crisis situation, we don't know what to do. But instead of being immobilized, knowing not what to do, we can definitely rise to the occasion. And this also happens based on the demand, increase or supply of the demand from the customers. Then also we have to accordingly change our production capacity. And ultimately, what is most talked about, technology. Many people invest in technology heavily to counter without the proper people to handle it. So all this are reactions. But if they have been planned in advance, if you are anticipating it, it would have been better. But still it will be there. The effect might be better.
Welcome to Pacific Blue, thank you for choosing. Stow bags and lockers before we get moving. Check seat back, find car there. Look through it while we do our little dance.
Come on everybody, turn your digital device off. Keep your seatbelt fastened until well after takeoff. Remember not to smoke unless you're sitting on the outside. Oh, happy flight.
For the exit demonstration, we wave our arms around. What we point to is where the door is found. You like check it, it's in a packet. It's underneath your seat, a handy place to stake it.
Come on everyone, turn off your digital devices.
We've got great planes and we got great prices.
We fly New Zealand, Oz, and round the Pacific. Oh, happy flying. Come on everyone, turn off your digital devices. We've got red planes and we've got great prices. We fly New Zealand, Oz, and round the Pacific. Oh, happy flying. Oh, happy flying.
Friends, how was this video? Would anybody like to share any takeaway from this? I mean, if you're allowed, I don't know if she's allowing you to speak because there are a lot of problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic,
Anybody wants
sir.
to share?
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. It's a
What?
great change. Great change.
It's an operational change, and not just the people who are at it, even at the helm. No, the change should happen from the top. That's what many experts say. And what a lovely atmosphere. Huh? It looks like heaven. Everybody is enjoying it. If you watch, there was a guy with a grumpy face, but he started dancing. This is what change can do. In your everyday operations, changing your behavior. Whenever you want to achieve your goals, decide on the change of behavior like this and continue the behavior. Here, everyone. So in an organization of the change management, from the peon to president, from the lift operator to the CEO, everyone has got a role to play. They say if you involve every layer, right from the day of planning till the end, later on headaches might be saved. So let's go further. As I said, this is an operational change in process and technology. And thereby what happens? Quality improves. Whatever the product or service, here you saw the service. And then the delivery, the distribution system. What was a competition? What is the pressure from other competitors? You have an edge over them. The problem you had, you could overcome it and you be a leader. I could share a poem of mine here. The thorn which pricks you protects you when you use it as a fence. Don't see change as a pricking thorn. See it as a thorn, as a fence which will protect you and even safeguard you from real problems. And based on the customer's buying pattern, also sometimes we have to change, isn't it? Now everybody is going for online purchase. So every one has to have an app. And we had a program for this Chidambaram group where we told them 2 years back, you have your own app. They didn't agree. But as Arun sir is so visionary, one of our presidents also said, you go for it. And whoever had that could do well. And the most important is the coordination among the various sections, various departments. Everyone must be with you to achieve the change. So to give some more testimony for this operational change, let us look at this lovely video.
Bastante o braço. Isso. No fim, essa outra mão tu vai aqui, ó. Meu filho, essa é a melhor forma de se colher um sangue, viu? Com essa sua tranquilidade. Mas é muito bom assim, sabia? Sabia? Oh, meu Deus, é só o final. Tá gostando? Gostou daqui? Isso que vai dar um furinho aqui no teu braço, certo? Tá bom? Bem rapidinho. Pronto, acabou. Pronto. Acabou, acabou. Acabou. Tirar aqui, vamos tirar. Ai, é demais!
What did you observe here? If anybody is interested. Anyone?
Yes. Pain converted in joy.
Yes. It's again an operational change. No? It is what is called gladdening your customer. Deliver happiness before you serve them, during your service and afterwards. If you have noticed, the child doesn't like to take this shot, isn't it? Kept on, she made it happier. And the main point is many of us keep the customers happy before we sell our products or service, maybe during, but afterwards what we do, even after the shot was given to the kid, it was still laughing. That's the message. Gladden your customer prior, during and post your service. So this is an operational change. These are different types of changes. Let's go over. This is the next one, planned and strategic change. If a change is planned, then it could be the best way to handle it. Still, it might not be okay because we have a plan A, plan B. And somebody said, I don't believe in plan B because then I feel my plan A will fail. But we've got to have more options. So what is this plan? What is planning? You're future ready. That is what is change management, right? You're improving your present status to a next state where you'll be more comfortable. You will be a pioneer, you'll be a leader. When others are struggling to walk, you will have a cakewalk. You will have predefined goals. And as I said earlier, plan change is never threatening. And the future state, where you want to be, how it should be, is chosen. Like an organization might choose the employee welfare schemes, the incentives, the bonuses, or the promotion policies, or they can think of new products, technology, so on and so forth. The classic example of restructuring, strategic changes, Toyota. They restructured and managed not only their entire organization. Friends, from a small weaving unit, the most respected and relied upon automotive brand. Any driver's dream car, It too had some crisis. How did it overcome? It overhauled the entire organization, restructured, reduced the workforce. This is very tough decision. You've got to be bold to take the decision. In 75 years, it has become the 5th biggest corporation in the world. It has also used the hybrid technology, high quality designs, and unyielding innovation, and above all, boldness. Boldness is what is called for friends in change management. We all know it, but we're not bold enough. Why? We'll see it. Are we on the right track? Can I move to the next slide? If you're all with me, yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope my speed is okay with all of you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. What is change? Change of attitude and approach. You must never be a coward. Coward have no place in change management. Bold, I might fail, I might lose. But am I bold enough? This is what Toyota did, and many of them I can give examples. You know even better. So if you can change your attitude, be positive, and you have the right approach, have more in your kitty, plan A, plan B. I agree to both. When you go for plan A, think it will succeed. But in case it fails, have another. As they say, no, when you pray, you must pray as if the prayer only will help you succeed. No work will help you. How should you pray? You should pray as if only your prayer will help you, prayer to God. No amount of work, no human being will help you. But how should you work on the job? You should work in such a way that no prayer will help you. Like that, if you think that plan A will succeed, definitely it will. But we may not know. We always have a backup. So go for a plan B for change management. So this is a poem I wrote long back. The hen was waiting for the egg to hatch. Man too was waiting for omelets. From hen to egg, it's life creation. From man to omelet, it's a death. Your change should be positive. Both are changes. So your perspective matters. We must go in for construct, as I said, growth, not retardation. Growth should be the main purpose. Growth for all, not only a select few. Understand? Yeah. What do you see here? Can anyone tell me?
Marriage.
Marriage education, sir.
Ceremony marriage.
Ceremony, correct. Many of us have
Marriage rituals.
rituals. Yeah, but after this, what happens? She becomes the lady becomes the wife, and she changes totally. No? Her initials changing, her lifestyle is changing. You think only she is changing? Her parents have to change. Isn't it? Is only the wife changing? Husbands also have to change to accommodate her. The in-laws have to change. R.K. Narayan beautifully said, marriage is a leap in the dark. But if you can really manage this change of your life, an interesting aspect of your life, it should be a leap in a bed of roses. Somebody said marriage is a book where the first few lines or pages are written in poetry and a majority of the pages are written in prose. Marriage is a dinner where the soup is tastier than the dessert. But if properly managed, if everybody can embrace change, and that could be an understanding of each other, communication is even better, trust better. Marriage is one of the best institutions which you can, whatever you learn, you can apply in any corporate world. And India is known for it. We know how marriages are successful, how everybody is prepared to change themselves, contribute for the success of the family. Have that in mind. Apply in your neighborhood, in society, in your profession. Friends, you will be successful. You all agree with me?
Yes.
India is known
Yes, sir.
for successful marriages. Even now, the ratio might be different. So what happens? We've all seen it. So if let us stop with the marriage. I said if the perspective is right, it's successful. The girl, how does the girl? She embraces change. She's so positive about it. She wants to share a life with somebody. So like that, if you're very positive, I go to which you can enjoy, it will happen. So that's what happens in change management. Should be a structured, enjoyable approach to change. And you must ensure there is a beneficial transition. The wife enjoys, husband enjoys, or the partners enjoy. Customers have ecstasy. The business owners get profit. Employees get their wages. And suppliers and vendors are also profiting. And the disruption should be mitigated. These are the three approaches, main steps. Have an approach to handle change. There should be benefits, and whatever disruption may come, mitigate it. Today also, I've sent my PowerPoint to Bala in case as a backup. So we don't know. Maybe move on to the next slide, my dear friends. Yes. So let us give a full picture. It's a collective approach to handle competitive pressure, restructuring, and even the process itself. Many organizations have changed their process and they are successful. And very important, with the sources diminishing, how to use them. And most important, handling customers, internal and external. If we have a plan for all this, and if it's a collective approach coming from all sides, that is change management. Having known this, we will dive deeper. What is the significance of change management? All of us know. Let us put it in a package. Innovation. And two great innovations in the last years have been globalization and digitalization. And we have all embraced it, and that's why, as Arun sir said, Rome has become my next door, and Paris is above my flat, and London is a flat below me because of this change management. Then comes cost reduction. How? Better methods are found out to reduce the waste. And since waste have been reduced, 3 P's go up. What is it? Profitability. Why? It enhances productivity. And since everybody is motivated, their performance also is enhanced. The 3 P's go up. What is it? Performance, productivity, and profitability. That's ultimately for everybody, isn't it? What happens to the organizations as a whole? I can give you later on, if there is time, some examples where some organizations faced disruption successfully and they transformed it. Many of you might know, I can give you. So this is the significance of change management. There's innovation, cost reduction, production goes up, productivity goes up, profitability is there, and some organizations come out very successfully with profits, and some might even transform. This is the ultimate. Okay, but are we ready? Friends, tomorrow has already come today, but many of us are still living in yesterday. I'm not talking about people who are still sleeping from yesterday onwards. Even right now, when we're discussing this topic, a lot of things are happening around the world. Experts are discussing, we are not unaware. So if an organization is to handle change management, it has to go through a transition. It has to prepare for it. First one is capabilities. We have to begin with the top, no, the managers, and then the downline. So initially we were saying anybody should use their fullest potential. What a man can be, he must be. If anybody is not using their full potential, they are doing an insult to themselves, or they are insulting the creator. If a great player doesn't play well, is it a loss only for him? Only for his team? Only for his country? No, all the cricket lovers or the tennis lovers. And if it's being recorded, everybody would have loved to watch a Tendulkar playing, but by mistake, he doesn't play well. What applies to Tendulkar applies to you and I. So every manager, every person should use their fullest capacity. This is what we said earlier. But now we have to learn new capabilities, new skills, new technologies, enhance your knowledge manifold. Every field is going beyond our level. what is called the 3 L's. What is it? Lifelong learners. You must know the length, the breadth, the depth, the width. You must be a walking encyclopedia. It's what we are stunned with. Though I've interacted with many international trainers, on any topic is able to give you, isn't it? You and I may give about 7 or 8. You must have a knowledge level at that level, friends. If you're a manager, you must be a walking encyclopedia, ocean of knowledge. Okay. We were speaking about the team. How should you structure a team in an organization when you recruit or later on also? You must choose people who can work in less structured situations and in ever-changing situations and ambiguous situations. This happens in army, police, and even some government, as our Naik sir was telling on that day. During the war with Pakistan, they did not know where they were going, isn't it? Suddenly they said, you go in a ship. But they have to obey. They can't ask. But in our we always want to have full clarity. That is also there. In communication, we say 7 C's, no doubt. But we cannot always have enough information, especially in crisis. So Nagendra Naik sir said, only after 3 days they knew India is going to wage a war. People are going to be involved itself, don't know. But this, I'm giving you as an example. We don't think I'm contradicting. One, we say involve every layer. That is also there. Another point is, at times, we have to work in situations which are not very clear. They are changing every minute, every second, like the clock changes every second, the mechanical clock. Ambiguous situation also, if you are ready to face it, from the universe, you will get something somewhere and you will be able to adapt yourself. Okay. So after being ready, selecting your team, what should you be? You must be alert for opportunities. You must be ready to give better performances, go for better deals, choose better vendors or suppliers. And here comes a contradiction. Involve everybody in the change plan, as we saw in the flight, I showed you earlier. Right from the captain till the attendants, everyone. If you do that, as you see, even in the flights, every passenger was also cooperating. Friends, as they say, if you take 1 step forward, the universe comes to you 10 steps. So take 1 step towards positive change management, involve everybody. You would be surprised how they would really supporting you. Mr. Arun must be surprised at the way all of us are having dedication. Similarly, if you can raise your level with your performance by a sheer caliber and character, all in the team would be with you. I've seen from my own experience, when I'm carrying a bag, they take it from me. Not difficult for me. So if you really like your internal staff, they would love you. If you love them, they would adore you. If you adore them, they would worship you. So involve them. Take part in right from the beginning. And the next one is, the last and most important is resistance. People don't accept change. If we can handle that resistance very successfully, then we are preparing our organization for transition. Is it clear? May I move to the next slide, please? Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why do people resist change? All of us don't like change, except they say, only one. You know who's that? Wet baby. A child was wetted her pants. She only, okay. So let us go for this. The mindset. We are comfortable with whatever we do. Anything new, we don't like it. Adamant. I think I'll show you an action which was in an old movie. Those of you who can try to do it, do it. Can you do it faster? This came in a very old movie. Can we do it faster? Can you all try? Some of you may have tried. Was it easy or difficult? Could one of you tell me?
Very difficult.
Who said very difficult?
Balachandra.
Okay. Friends, let me tell you, what is easy today was difficult yesterday. Agreed? So what is difficult today would become? Could you complete, Bala?
Easy today.
That's it. Change is difficult. Change management very difficult. So what is required is a simple, what my senior trainer used to say, FBD, focus, balance, discipline. Focus on what needs to be changed. Balance yourself. Don't get stressed or worked out. Discipline. I'll simply tell you, no? This is very simple activity. Take the right hand. We have done this even before. Some of you are new. For them, I'm doing it again. Take your hand now and touch. Right now, you're not supposed to touch nose in COVID. But of course, when you're touching only your nose, touch here. Clear. What is left now? Balance. Left hand. Put it on your ear. Now discipline. Simply exchange. Can you all try it out? Bala, try it. First, put it here, cross it across and do it. So, has it become easier for you? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Right. So,
Yes, I have started doing it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
you
sir.
can try it later. So, friends, what is difficult? Anything new is difficult, friends. Even right now, I'm supposed to download this background. I did successfully, thanks to some of our friends here. And we are comfortable, the comfort zone. We like to be there. And as somebody said, if you're doing the same thing, what you are doing, you'll be in the same place. Should our organization grow or should be in the same place? You decide. So because of the mindset, it is very adamant, used to doing the same thing the same way. It will not happen. Suddenly somebody would come and they'll take over. You're lost. The next one is, we are afraid to take risk. But none of you are afraid to take risk here, isn't it? You've all taken the risk of attending my session, sir. So I think you're all ready for change. If you are ready to take risk, friends, then you will be good change makers. Why we don't take risk? Insecure. Risk. There are two things, no? One is called being reasonable and unreasonable. Should you be reasonable or unreasonable? Rational or irrational? Mostly reasonable and rational. Take that into account. But if you don't take a risk, that is the worst thing in life. Correct? Greatest risk, as somebody said, is not taking a risk. So change management involves risk. Why don't we take risk? Because we lack will. We're not sure of ourselves. Self-doubt really comes up in our mind. Then comes creativity. How many of you are lazy? Raise your hand. Lazy people. Nobody is raising because I think they are lazy to raise their hand. I think Subbaraju would agree. When we employ people, we choose lazy people. You know why? They find out better methods, easier methods, cost-cutting methods. So in future, don't say you're lazy, you're creative. Let us just, for want of time, I'll just have one activity. How many of you think you're creative? I think all of us are, but the degree varies. I'm going to ask you only 3 questions. Would one of you give me an English alphabet which denotes a vegetable? Vegetable.
B, sir.
B.
What is that? What is that?
B.
P. Very good. Thank you, Samita Wala. Which denotes a drink. Your tea. Many of you had it. And one more, final, for want of time, which denotes a line. L-I-N-E.
Q.
Beautiful, Shilpa ji. But many of us will not say, because in India, at times, no, we don't have the Q is never a single line. If the government is announcing free bees, then there are 5 lines. On demonetization, there's really not a straight line, crooked line. So right now it is clear that we can be creative for this resisting change, or to become a change manager. You need critical thinking, which is a combination of creative thinking and for strategical approach to your problem solving or change management. You must have this strategic thinking. What is that? The combination of creative thinking and critical thinking. Creativity gives you various options, but critical thinking makes you choose the best. So from today, increase your creativity. And when do we change? When do we resist change? An employee, when there is a reduction in his pay, when his service timings are raised, or his power is being removed, or his influence is being removed. Let us take, there is a bank which had an assistant vice president. in the bank branch. Suddenly, a vice president is posted. This man is shifted from his cabin to another counter. He feels bad. His power is gone. What do you mean by this influence? Are they? Yeah, power is influence, but there are some people who have influence without power. They are called the kingmakers, right? A typical example would be the driver of an RDO. The RDO is so busy, she will not know, but the driver would be able to influence the RDO in times, or a cook. So is it clear? Mindset is adamant, risk, and then we change for these reasons. These are the reasons for resisting change. Maybe move to the next slide. Yes. Types of resistance. We've been talking of implicit. What is it? Some people know these are the worst people. They will not tell outside. They just keep quiet. But you have to make out. They are not very efficient, or they won't do it normally. They will keep quiet. They will lack energy. What is explicit? Protest. Refuse straight away. This is better. Learning can be implicit, but sometimes you got to be explicit also. But these guys were explicit, tell openly, so we can call them and address them. This is what the management is doing with the unions, isn't it? What is logical? I remember in the 1987, computers came in a large way, and everybody was scared. They thought, my God, it will take away our life. Many of you may not know this background. I was a young boy, but I remember the impact. We had huge ledgers. So everybody thought if computers come, then many of us would lose jobs. And many leaders, union leaders, they thought that since the membership is coming down, they will lose their leadership. They were more bothered about it. What is this psychological? Fear, as I said earlier. Suppose I lose this. Suppose I'm not able to learn this new skill. Will they fire me? All this come into me. So though the organization might train you on it technically, all of us are not equally talented and skilled, isn't it? Some of us who are self-doubters and who are slow starters fear, even if they are training, I may not be able to live up to their expectation. Okay, let's come to this sociological, the values and customs. This is what they say. If you want to change management, begin with the culture of the organization. Don't change it entirely. I'll come to it later. So the values and customs prevailing in an organization, which is very good, might come in the way of accepting change. They have their own traditional way. They don't like the modern way. And here too, the individual may be ready, but due to peer pressure, because of the union, he has to obey his union leaders. This is happening in the manufacturing sectors and probably the banking sectors. So we have listed to you two types. What is it? Implicit and explicit. Under it, we have logical, where we analyze and say what we stand to lose. And account of it, there is fear, which is psychological, and sociological. So is it clear? Maybe move to the next one. Yes?
Yes. Yes, please.
Now, how to overcome this resistance? This is very important. Huh? First, understand why this resistance was it. Huh? Then accordingly act. The reason could be something else. Don't go by the symptom. Go by the actual cause. For example, one of the leading organizations, they had invited me to do a program. I went, I gave them activities and videos. They are not at all, they're just sitting like this. I'm showing a Charlie Chaplin video. They are watching as though they're watching a horror movie. I was wondering. Then they are very rude to me, surprised. Then during the break, one of them came and said, sir, we have nothing against you. The management, we went on strike, but the management want to sabotage our strike. So what they have said, they have organized this 15-day training. Today you are one, tomorrow someone will come. So to spoil our strike, they have done it. We are very unhappy. We're not unhappy with you. We're unhappy with the management. So after having known this, can I expect them to participate? No. So what should I do? I should speak to them individually, slowly, bring them in a group. And I found out why they are not responding. If one of them doesn't respond, no problem. But a whole lot, they are upset. They are not in a mood to accept this program. Understand that and play your cards accordingly. And whenever we do programs, many of you would have come across, they say, sir, first whatever you say, you tell our manager, sir. So who should change first? Manager. The manager changes and shows a remarkable improvement. Then his team would follow suit. And he must tell them the importance of change, educate them. So he must first change. But what's happening? The boss is telling, be kind. Array, be kind to customers, yaar, be kind to customers. Or a mother would tell her child, don't tell lies. Child says, yes. But next day, the neighbor comes and asks, is mommy inside? Mommy tells the child, say I'm not there. Child is confused. We are confused. So this is what they say. Be the change you want to see. Manager wants the team to change. He must first change. This is what Gandhi said, right? And you cannot bring change and the whole lot, not wholesale, in stages, bit by bit. Gradual changes might later on end up cascade into a whole organization, and some organizations have even transformed, which is the ultimate. And handling temptation. This is I think we'll have a small activity for a minute. When I say 1, you will all clap 2 times. Is it okay with you? When I say 2, how many times would you clap? 1 means 2 times, sir. 2 means, would one of you answer?
4 times.
You can't decide. Management decides, correct? 1 means clap 2 times. 2 means clap 3 times. 3 means how many times you'll clap? Please tell me. 1 means 2 times, sir. 2 means 3. 3 means?
4 times.
4 times.
I said you can't decide, sir.
4 times.
Management has to decide.
Yeah. 3 means don't clap at all. Say that. Don't clap at all. Okay. 1 means 2 times. 2 means 3 times. 3 means no time. 4 means how many times?
Management has to decide.
At last, Paul has agreed. Now, this is how you get the, how can I get the people into their side in a subtler way. When I say 5, sir.
Management.
Don't worry, I won't say at all. Clear? Please. 3, don't clap at all. 5, I won't say at all. Let's quickly see. We'll just play for only once, okay? 1, those who can unmute, play. Otherwise, no. 1. Some people don't.
2 times. 2 times.
Some people don't clap at all because they don't want to get out. Friends, if you don't want to lose, don't change. If you want to win, you got to change, friends. Agreed? 1, 2, 4. 1 person only is clapping. 3. Somebody clap. Why? Because we said don't clap. Don't do. People will do.
Should not clap.
Yeah, no problem. Leave it. Please switch off. Please mute. We'll stop here because a lot of disturbance. Now you got the point. Some of you followed it. Some will not accept this. Whatever we say don't do, we will do. Correct? When you set a goal, friends, should it be positive or negative? Should we say we will come out very well in this diploma trainer, or we will not fail in this diploma training program? We will come out well, isn't it? The goal should always be positive. There is an English teacher here. I knew it, and she also endorsed it, madam, who introduced me so very well. Thank you, madam. So I should not say I will not fail. I will pass. So for 1, let us look at the goal statement we have said when we want to change. 1, we said clap 2 times. 2, we said 3. But for 3, that is where the error comes. We said don't clap. The subconscious mind doesn't understand it. Okay. So we will try to reword it. Then we'll be able to understand. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What did you learn from this activity? This activity, even in online, you can conduct such activities. First is what is called briefing. Then you have the activity. Then I'm going to debriefing. What is the takeaway from this activity? 1, clap 2 times, 2, 3 times, 3, no time, 4 once. Could anyone tell me?
Direction, sir.
Good.
Practice and direction.
Yes. giving instructions. Okay, let us look at, what is that?
Listening.
Listening. Wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else? All these are required in change management. As a leader, you must direct them, listen to them, observe them. And also remember, they are observing you, whether you are following the change or not. Let's look at it slightly differently. What was one during COVID became 2 during Delta. What was 2 during Delta has become 3 during Omicron. And what was 3 should become 4, no? Again, going back to Z. We have to learn, unlearn, relearn in change management. Very, very important. Agreed? So how do we overcome handling temptation? We are forced to clap. Whatever we say don't do, we will do. Bible, God said, don't go near that apple tree. Adam was good by himself. Came Eve, they did. They said, don't think of a monkey. What did we do? We thought of 2 monkeys. Whatever we give instructions, don't do, we will do. Enough examples. But how to overcome it? We will try, if possible, to overcome this temptation by rephrasing our goal statement. This game has been played by many trainers. Even somebody taught me. But this one, I'm using my innovation to come out of this situation. How? When I say 3, will you all do like this? Come on. Don't say don't clap. Come on, do like this, all of you. What you're telling Tata now itself. She gave me the floor at 6:35. So I have to finish at 8:05. Am I right, madam? Yes. So don't say Tata now. So when I say 3, you will all wave your hand. What is that? Can you all repeat? 1 means clap 2 times. 3 means what you will wave your hand. Let's try. 1. Anybody interested, Paul? 1, what do you do? Good. 2. Clap 2 times. And when I say 3, wave your hand. Here, somebody could take the lead. Okay. Thank you. So here, if you are able to handle the temptation, the individual can come out. Next point here is facilitate variation. Make variation or changes easier. Involve them in the plan. Guide them. Be with them. Be with them. We will just have one more activity and then we'll move on. When I say sit, you don't have to switch on your videos. I trust you. You should not sit. What you will do? You must stand. When I say stand, you must sit. Clear? Clear? Just when I say sit, there's a variation. You have to stand. When I say stand, you sit. Yeah, sit. Okay, stand. Sit. Stand. Sit.
Stand.
Stand. Okay, stand. Are you standing or sitting now? Huh?
Sitting.
Good. Then you have accepted change. Did you like this activity?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Why? The way it was facilitated to you. Imagine you just come home, you're running to attend the session for some other work. At that time, I say, all of you stand up 10 times. Please switch off your, mute yourself, all of you. Chidambaram, Indrajit sir. Okay. Please, all of you. What did I say? Yeah, I did it. The moment you all logged in and I began with this activity, I say, all of you stand up 10 times, sit down 10 times. What will you say? Are you a faculty or PT master? What do you think of yourself? You would have hated me. But somebody said you like me. Some of them have loved it. That is what is called motivating your employees.
Made us to alert.
Yes.
You made us to pay attention.
Thank you, sir. This is what is called motivation. What is motivate? According to me, motivating is making people do what they would not normally do by telling them in such a way they would love to do. What is it? Making people do what they would not normally do by presenting it in such a way they would love to do. I never said stand up, sit down 10 times. No. I said, can we have an activity? Said, yes, sir. And when I say sit, what you will do? Stand. I got your commitment. Get the commitment for change. Facilitate the variation. Facilitate the change. Involve them. Make them partners. Make them the owner. You alone don't be the father of that change. Make them the mother of the change. You are the father. The team members or the others whom we want to change. So you'll be a parent of change. And then if both of you become parents, the child will be a healthy baby or a weak baby? Indrajitu, tell me. Healthy baby or weak baby? The change. Yes. Facilitate very. I never said stand up. So this is, yes. Get the commitment, involve, and let them enjoy the change. Do you all enjoy it? Forget, and then you are aware of it. So this is how we've overcome resistance. Let's go further. This, I think no change management program can go without this change curve. Some of you may know it, but for the benefit of all, I'm sharing with you this change curve. Beautiful. Here on the x-axis, we have the, on the y-axis, we have the impact. On the left, what we have? Time. So let's look at the first curve. There are 4 stages, they say. What is the first stage? You're shocked. You can't accept, no? I remember in 21 January, when it came to China, we were all celebrating, I mean, not celebrating, observing the anniversary of my sister who passed away in a fire accident. So we're talking about China. We never thought it will come. It will never come to India. So we deny, we are shocked. Then came March, disruption. We were angry. You will be surprised. I did a program for Speak in the month of March 22nd. The CEO, Mr. Vikram Khanna, had come from, no, he was not supposed to attend. When I entered the program, the secretary called me. Our CEO would like to attend your program. Can he attend? I said, oh God, it's his organization. It was from 3 to 5. You'll be surprised. Exactly at 3 o'clock he came. A young man, maybe 35 to 40. And then he said, Mr. Chidambaram, I'll be here only up to 3:45. Is it okay with you? I said, no issues, sir. 20 minutes. But you may not believe he was there for 45 minutes, from 25 minutes. And he involved in every activity. And he told all his people, come on, take part. And you know what he said? Such a great program. I want this to be done across Pan-India and even Singapore. You come. But the 4th day we had, what happened? COVID. So disruption. It spoiled for all of you. No, in my own way, little way. Only some programs I miss. Look at business people. And then the 3rd stage, you accept it and you explore change. And 4th one, as I told you, I got the commitment from you, no, for the change. When I say sit, what will you do? You said stand. Get the commitment. All of us are committed to change. This is a rebuilding process. This is the change curve. If you all clear with this, I'll move to the next slide. Can I? Yes or yes?
Yes.
The next slide is the impact. Sometimes it is unmanaged change that causes disruption. If it is managed change, it is accelerating and you are going towards transformation or change. So it will reduce the negative consequences. Now we will dive deeper in each of these stages in 4 different slides with your permission. Can I? Yes? Yes.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
let us look at the use of the change curve. This curve tells us, predicts the reaction of the organization and the members in the organization. Based on their reaction, it will also really give us a guidance how to take it forward. And also tell them how to adapt, accelerate, and then how to take them through the transition. And whenever there is a trauma, somebody loses job or is being demoted or salary is cut or extra work given, then it reduces it. Is it clear? What are the main aspects? It predicts the reaction, it guides them, it helps them to adapt, then to accelerate and slowly, smoothly move for transition. And in the process, if there is any trauma, it can reduce. So such a wonderful thing has been given. And I'm very happy to share this. Now we'll study in deep of the 4 stages, if you are willing. Are you all willing to dive deeper into the 4 stages?
Yes.
Yes. Stage 1, shock. Reality hits. We cannot believe it has happened to us. No? Many of you would have lost your friends. I lost 4 of my close relatives in last May. And we think it will not come to us. It may or may not come. But even if what they say in stage 1, even if you are planned, it will hit you on the harder side. It's a very critical stage. You might make it or ruin it. If you don't handle carefully, there's confusion, chaos. There is very limited information available. Don't be in a hurry. And you may be, as a manager with your qualification, experience, exposure, you may be able to grasp things better. You have to communicate with your subordinates, make them understand, give them some information bit by bit. This is stage 1, alarming stage. Clear? Would you like to know what is the second stage in depth? Are you interested?
Yes.
Stage 2, disruption affects severely. What happened last year, right? April, May, we'll get May. I still remember Arun sir said, no, you can postpone your presentation because your father-in-law passed away. I said, no, I'll do that. And he said, no, Chidambaram, maybe you can do, what will your family think? Look at this great man. I wanted to do the program. He said, don't do it. So it affects you severely. This is what they say, danger zone. If you are unable to manage, it will be total deterioration or chaos. So what is suggested is resist the negative reaction. We are unnecessarily worried, no? So I always used to say, when I think of yesterday, I am dead. When I think of tomorrow, I am not yet born. When I think of today, I am alive. Many of us are anxious about the future, what is going to bring. And we are upset over our past failures. So the past should not and the future should not affect the present. Let us not wrongly fear what will happen. Nothing wrong in being ready for it, but it should not become a fear. It should be a motivation for you to come out with an alternative plan. So you have to mitigate the negative impact at this stage. Otherwise, they say, no, a stitch in time saves 9. A spark neglected burns the fire. It was a spark. What it will do, it will create havoc, the whole organization. And this is very important, the third part. Respond to the unexpected. This, not many of us can do, only the visionaries can do it. I cannot do it. I am not able to anticipate what's going to happen. That's why I'm here. But some of you can do it. That's why you're managers. And some of us, we are experts in the old way of school, old school of thought. But when something new comes, we fumble, we falter. So for that only, we can't, just because he's not good in the new way of thinking, can we afford to lose a real stalwart in the older ways on which the organization has invested? This is where you have to explain to him clearly. You tell him that not that we don't like you. Either you get trained and join us, otherwise we'll have to show you the door. This is the stage 2. Clear? Disruption affects severely, but you have to respond to the unexpected. Are you interested in stage 3? Yes or yes?
Yes, please.
3. Wonderful. It's a turning point.
Yes,
It's en route to success. How? You are aware and you train your people in whatever way. And they are also slowly accepted the change. Let me tell you, in 86, I think the computers were introduced. How they made agree, no? The management, they gave 1 increment to all the employees. With 1 increment, they agreed. So they also thought, okay, anyway, we have to accept some money is got. So the people will start accepting. As they say, no, first it is difficult, then we got used to it. Here you are out of danger. You are starting exploring the changes. Who? Your subordinates will be giving better ideas. Understand? You inspire your subordinates. At times, they will also inspire you. Yes or yes? And you have to give the external support to them. You have a strong foundation, friends. That alone is at stage 3. Stage 4. This is the most awaited period. And now change has become second nature. We are ready. You embrace changes, improvements. Why do we change? For improvements, correct? Our standard of living, our performance enhanced, profitably goes up. And we are more productive. The positive effects are seen. The benefits are visible, tangible. So will anybody say no to it? So what was difficult yesterday, Bala, has become easy in the stage 4. Bala, now you would have moved to stage 2, I guess, correct? From stage 1. By the end,
there is a transformation.
Yes. And this one is innovates. They start innovating. You see, old example, though I can say, in a lift, no? Lift was going very slow. So, but they cannot repair immediately. So everybody was wondering what to do. The suggestion was given by a lift operator. He said, you have a mirror there. Very old example, but still it comes. Who would have thought of having a mirror in the lift many years back? So give innovative ideas. Now that you're successful, it calls for celebration, celebrating your success. Are we all celebrating success with this first program? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Yes, 100%.
thank you. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's try. I'll try for the video if I get it, otherwise I'll leave it. Okay, we'll leave it. Yeah. What all we said now, we'll try to put it in the form of principles of change management. What is the first one? Lead with culture. If somebody, especially this IBM, no, the then CEO said, culture of an organization is very important. If you disrupt it, people will not accept it. Many great corporates have a culture. Don't meddle with it. So any culture, they will have a lot of policies and principles. Find with what they agree and then bring it to it. For example, there is a salesman. When he makes a sales pitch, would he talk from his point of view or the customer's point of view? Whose point of view would he speak?
Customer point of view.
Speaker from whose point of view? Speaker.
Listener point of view.
Yes.
Audience point of view.
Teacher from?
A student point of view.
Very good. And mother from?
Children point of view.
Very good. Excellent. Next one I will say myself. Husband from wife's point of view. Agreed? That is why marriage change management is happening. And wife from wife point of view. That is another secret of success. Husband from wife's point of view, wife from wife's point of view. Friends, what does it mean? The members in the embracing the culture may not like what we are proposing because they have been living in that culture for so many decades, for so many generations, and they're brought in. So find out which is something common thread. From there you build. And this is what I've been telling repeatedly. Start from the top. Get the commitment from the top management. Get them aligned. Once they are committed, they will do it. And if, especially in Nayak sir would agree, in the army or navy, can you ever disobey your boss? Same applies in a few corporates also. Same applies in the government offices. They don't even call him by name, no? Whereas in some of them, okay. So you start from the top and align them to the change. And as I said earlier, use all layers. Every layer, don't miss out anyone. Everybody should contribute. More the merrier. And what is team? Together everyone achieves more. Get inputs from different people. Make them the mother of change. You become the father of change. Use knowledge tanks. What do you mean? Experts in special fields. You may not be a technical person, or you may not be a person with HR. Get some people bring them on board. And then all of you would sit together and plan. And some more. This is wonderful. No? Go slow to go fast. Many people say, Chidambaram, you speak fast. I agree. But some people speak slow and create an impact. Likewise, the change management should be implemented bit by bit. If you do that, it will go faster. The next one is wonderful. Sometimes we speak rationally, sometimes emotionally. But when we combine together, when there is a hybrid, the change occurs. How to do it? Appeal to their emotions and talk to them rationally. If somebody is coming late, don't send them off, no? Especially if you have a workman. You ask them, why are they late? They might say their wife had COVID or something and they had to drop them. Then you were not listening with your ear, listening with your heart emotionally. But then you tell them rationally, suppose everyone was to do like that, what would happen? I don't hate your late coming. I always say, late comers welcome, but late coming not welcome. Hate only the wrongdoer. Hate only the sinner. Hate only the sin, not the sinner. Hate only the wrong act, not the wrongdoer. So combine your mind and brain, bring them together, appeal to it. And then, as I said even earlier, find out a new thinking, which is never thought of in behavior of change, and Show it in everyday behavior, everyday approach, everyday function of yours towards your goal. Engage. This is the key word, buzzword. Constant involvement. A very famous publishing company suddenly had a crisis when the world became digital. So they kept on engaging them to learn digitally, and finally they could tide over the problem. So all of us have to understand the reality. What is this? Lead outside line. Need not be from your own organization. You can bring in consultants, experts, influencers. More than the manager, they will be able to influence and bring about a change management in the organization. And when an expert says, no, definitely we will listen. Even though you may be an expert, you're being seen on and off, they may not accept you. But when you bring in an SME, subject matter expert, who can, or a great person, a man with power and influence, bring him into the team, make a part of it. Right. Now, these are 9 tools which any change manager should have. Right. First one is urgency creation. What is that? You must create the urgency. Everyone must want change. You must make everyone say, I want it. Like when you give an ice cream, what will a child say? I want it, right? The change should be like the ice cream which a child wants it. And for that, you must communicate your vision very clearly. And whatever the change happening, it should bring about a positive result, a victory. And people must be able to see the advantages in the back of their mind very clearly. Some organizations, no, they declare change management victory immediately, but that is not to be. Let the change mature, let it grow like a plant, like a child. As it grows, integrate the process and the people. Let them feel it. It should be internalized. Change should be a habit. And then there are some formal solutions. Leverage them. And of course, informal too, leverage them. So the main point here is don't announce victory slowly, let it grow, let it be internalized. You integrate the change. And you must monitor. Is it in the right track? If it is not happening, if there is a non-compliance, what do we do? Follow it, guide them, look at other alternatives. And also you'll be able to analyze, assess what is working and what doesn't. Clear? So these are some of the tools any change manager should have. Urgency to create the change, allow the change to mature, and integrate the change. Having said it, maybe look at some models and some interesting case studies. Are we ready? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
British Airways, a lovely example. 1981, John King took over as the chairman. He found the people were inefficient. The resources were wasted. What he did first thing? Reduce the job, 22,000. This is what we say, we don't have the heart, but you have to use your mind. He replaced all old planes with modern jets. Transformed a state-owned weakness. No, normally we say anything owned by the government isn't good. But nowadays, it's the other way also. Sometimes government-owned is good, private-owned may not be good. Depends on who's at the helm. Then what was financially low, he made it a financial success. And he privatized the carrier. British Airways, a standing example. Let's look at some more. Nokia, all of you know. I'm only reinforcing it. 2007, I still remember my first 3 mobiles were Nokia. 40% market share there. But what happened? They lost the bus in the smartphone revolution, 2012. 2 billion net loss. Can anybody come over it? They have come over it, isn't it? How? Transformation. They shifted. They adopted change management to network and mapping technology. Was it all? No. They introduced a booster program called Customer Dreams. which one booster program, it was a dream of any customer, is what I meant. They purchased Siemens and Alcatel, two leaders. And what they did, they become a full service infrastructure provider. From a bankrupt manufacturer to a top technology player. Friends, was change management successful here? Yes or yes?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Look
yes.
at another one. Netflix, all of us love it, isn't it? Monthly subscription for films, we all know that. 2007 digital streaming, DVDs became obsolete. Customer delights, online content. What happened then? 2011, only 23 million subscribers. 2018, 7 years. How many times they have grown? 5 times, sir. How? Shift gears to change management, to shift to success. If you want to be successful, shift to change management. I think Netflix is a living example. Agreed? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Let's know the story of Domino. How many of you like pizzas? I never liked, but I started liking because of my daughters, right? They took over Pizza Hut. I've had my first pizza in Pizza Hut only. Now I'm searching where it is.
Chidambaram sir, sorry to interrupt you. As requested, a gentle reminder, 10 minutes remaining for the presentation.
You're such a polite teacher. I should have been your student, or you should have been my teacher. How nice you say. They went into savvy marketing, creative ordering, innovative technology. 2008, from an all-time low to a 2012, they came back and top as leaders. Digital top transformation. Everybody were brought on board, top to bottom. No one left. As they say, no, they left no stone unturned. They left no man unturned. They understood customers' insights. They offered loyalty programs, special offers they gave. They had a new delivering van, heating stoves, and of course, who else to partner? Ford. And Ford is ready. So we will be ready, isn't it? They had used drone and robo delivery, all the latest. Domino Pizza. We'll go for Coca-Cola. New Coke. See, there are rivals were Pepsi. They gave them a lot of torture. So they were going ahead. How they managed? First, they introduced a new Coke. It was a failure. They replaced old formula based on customer. Always have customers create a change. If you ignore them, out. They offered free drinks to soldiers during war, wherever the Allied forces were there. It was marketed as a brand in US war effort. They stayed ahead of the curve. They could start 64 sites in the Allies, new sites, and they expanded. That's why we all got it, Coke. Now they released another Diet Coke, which could enter the health conscious market. Fine, we'll give, now we've seen everything. We'll give you one model. There are so many models. This is the famous Atkar model. We already discussed it. We have put it in a slide. No need to spend much time on it. First, you must be aware of the change, need for change, desire to create the change, be a part of the change, knowledge on how to drive the change. Having understood it, it should be internalized, incorporate the change, identify the gaps, train, give them support. And this model says you must not only take care of the business aspects, but also the people aspects. And periodically you must check up whether change will work or not. If it doesn't work, go for plan B. It works, good. And also finally, as we have a feedback, have we got the desired result? Should we step up or should we slow down? This is the famous Atkar model. I'm just showing you only one model. Now, we are going to summarize what all we saw. Key skills required for change management. First is resilience. We will lose our colleagues, either due to death or some other, or they may be transferred for want of. So you have to work with limited resources. Next one, trust building. You have to network with people. And then there is a lot of communication gap. give more clarity, give them the details of the change. Though we say we have to work with the little knowledge, when whoever is aware, it is always best to share your best knowledge and awareness. How all will react to change. Guide them, coach them. Some more. Handling uncertainty, your own uncertainty. How will you handle others' uncertainty as a leader? Guide them. When it will be resolved, plan. What should we do? How should we do? Where should we do? And deliver as planned. Follow up the entire plan. You have to track the change management, track the business how it is. If it is for good, go forward. Otherwise, have a reality check. Is it clear? What all I said I put in these 2 slides. Yes or yes?
Yes, yes.
I am coming back to the first slide. Can a dog become a horse? Will any one of you tell me? One girl said, yes, sir. When I'm drawing a dog, I'll make it into a horse. Friends, India entered the 1983 World Cup cricket as underdogs, but emerged as the dark horse. Some of you know the previous 2 editions, 75 and 79, India were outplayed. They never lost they never came to the quarterfinals. Whom did everybody think would win? West Indies. They were the favorites. India entered as an underdog. What do you mean by underdog? Poor performers. But what happened? Came in a man called Kapil Dev, Hurricane, or Kapil's Devils, or Curries. He brought about a total transformation with his great leadership, performing leadership. He instilled confidence. And what happened? The underdog became the dark horse, surprise winner. And whom did they defeat? The mighty West Indies. Nobody would have dreamt. After India won the match, many people went to Gary Sobers, the first man to hit 6 sixes. They said, we want your interview, sir. You know what Sir Garfield Sobers said? No, not today. Today is India's day. Friends, not only when you win is your day, whenever you take change management, it is your day. You may not win today, but you're all future winners. Can a dog become a horse? It can become, for it has become. The underdogs emerged dark horse. 1983 World Cup surprise winner. You see the Kapil's Devils. I think I heard this commentary. Friends, it can. Can the eyes hear? Can the ears listen? Now, all of you, one of you, at least Sujata ma'am and Indrajit ma'am, you will both ask me to come virtually. You say, please come. I want you to say this word, come. C-O-M-E.
Come.
Okay. I'll come. I'll come here. Now, Indrajit, to tell me, will I come or not? Will I come or not?
Yes, come.
No. Please analyze my body language. I will come. Will I come or not?
No.
No.
Now, will you say it again, Sujata ma'am?
No, sir, you wouldn't come.
No. I want you to ask me to come again, please. You will request me to.
Sir, please come.
I'll definitely come here. I'll come. You think I'll come now?
No.
Now,
No.
for the last time, Sujata ma'am, sincerely as a teacher, appeal to me to come.
Mr. Chidambaram, please do come.
May I? Shall I? Can I? Now tell me, will I come or not?
You will come.
Yes.
Definitely.
First time, I said I'll come. That is what the ears heard. But what did the eyes hear? I will not come. The eyes can hear. But can the ears see? Many times, you can listen to the smile, correct? Now, all of you close your eyes for a moment. I will say a sentence. Just see in which mood I am telling. I am very happy to see you. All of you close your eyes. Some of you would do like this. Just listen and what mood I am saying. Angry mood or happy mood. I am very happy to see you. Very, very happy. What mood did I say?
Unhappy.
Unhappy, angry.
Correct, sir. He's adding. Did you open your eyes and see? No.
Yeah.
My voice could reach you and you could see me
frowning. The ears can see, the eyes can hear. A dog can become a horse. Can a right-hander become a left-hander? I met with an accident in month of March. Doctor said, don't move your right hand. I was forced to use my left hand. Then I realized, my God, what capacity the left hand has got. He did so many things which I never thought. So friends, from today, to handle change management, use your left hand and right brain more and more. A dog can become a horse, and you can be a successful change management practitioner. So let us all end with one small poem of mine. I have 1 more minute. For our voice to be powerful and heard, it must only be one. If at all there be two, it must only be one. If at all there be two, it must only be one. And what is that? We are one. We will go for change management. Friends, for change management, what is required? One brain, one vision, one goal. But many brains, many hands, and the entire attitude, policy, people are one. Thank you very much. Over to you.
I have a question, sir.
Yes. I mean, over to Sujata, and she will moderate from now.
Thank you, Chidambaram sir. I think the entire session has boiled down to a single statement: change is the charm of life. I suppose it's this way. Wonderfully expressed, wonderfully elaborated, such an invigorating session. And I think there is a transformation with everyone, maybe different measures, but definitely that's a great takeaway today. And I do not know if we have time. Arun sir, do we have a time for a Q&A round?
You can have, no issues.
Yes, sir. Audience, esteemed viewers, you are requested to bring forth your questions.
Mr. Chidambaram, sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
During the entire session, you are talking about the 7 C of the communication. What is it? The 7 C's?
Yeah, I said once only. I said in communication, you've got to be very clear. Okay, I'll come. But in change management, yeah, of course, the change should be expressed clearly. But sometimes we have to work with the not fully views also. What are the 7 C's? First is clarity. Second one is complete. Third one is correct. Fourth one is crisp. Fifth one is courteous. Sixth one is concrete. And seventh one is considerate. So I think, have I made it clear, or you want some more explanation? We need, sir.
No, okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chidambaram, sir. Thank you.
Dear esteemed viewers, I just wish to share, Chidambaram sir has a little more to his repertoire. He has written 4 books and he has given 27 television programs as his telecast, and there are 100 radio programs which have been aired. So I'm sure this time, next program, he's going to invite all of us as his audience. We look forward to that, sir. Thank you so much.
So let me thank this great organization for giving this opportunity. I was surprised when I came first. Another organization
awesome program, sir. Awesome program.
Okay.
If it is possible, kindly send the link to the ISTD life members or ISTD members family, sir.
Oh, definitely, sir. I think Arun sir will be able.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Anybody wants to share something else? I mean,
Tomorrow we are having a program by a very young trainer. That will be his first program of his life on quality management. His name is Muhammad Ansari Rehan. Muhammad Rehan Ansari. He will be giving his first program of his life. I request all of you to come and encourage this youngster. He is just around 27, 28 years old, and he could do with a lot of support and encouragement so that he can undertake his journey as a transformational trainer with your blessings.
Sir, definitely we'll all be there. And only one thing before last 2 days, I was only at it, sir. Just changing. And 5 o'clock, I too got nervous. But then Sujata ma'am, school voice, and our great leaders, Suma and Arun sir, their motivation also made me. Tulsi Babu, Anil sir, all great leaders, Subaraju sir, and Mathur sir, great. So When you are sincere in what you want to do, I think it will happen. Last 3 days, I was only at it, despite other priorities. Thank you.